Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm starting a new playthrough. And I'll kind of be explaining it as I go. So as some of you may know, I have platinumed this game, so I got all the trophies and everything.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the Giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
It's heavy. Alright. I forgot that I was going to get cut off by by the intro there. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be... I'm going to call him... I don't know. I usually just call him Ferris. Let's do Ferris after the Dark Souls 2 character, or the Dark Souls 1 character, rather. So, I platinumed this game, so I got all the trophies and everything, but I'm still kind of iffy when it comes to the lore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the game, I'm going to try to gather as much lore as I can, read all the descriptions and everything like that, and kind of be speculating as I go. So, a little bit of background. I beat this game once my first time. Was able to kind of speculate on the lore without really knowing, as is with all kind of Dark Souls games. and then I just kind of speed ran it in New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus to get all the rings and everything. So what should I do here? I'm thinking I might run with a thief so that I can get, because he starts off with the most luck, and that way I can get the most amount of weapon drops. However, Warrior and Herald also have some pretty decent luck. So does Assassin. Cleric as well. Because I played a thief the first time. I don't really want to play him a second time. I could play a sorcerer. I'm not a big fan of the magic. Wields a sturdy spear and plays a gentle. Northern warriors famed for their brawn. This guy kind of a little luck though. I haven't read these descriptions before. I have dexterity. Dual shield. I could go for a dual build. That'd be neat. Would be neat. And yeah, let's do that. I'm down with that. Not a big fan of the armor, but that's fine. And for the burial gift, hidden blessing. Of one who slept beside you. That's interesting. I don't think I have seen that before. Let's do that, and then we'll give our character some background. That's kind of neat. I've never seen that one before. So that means that somebody who slept beside me was taken out. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not too worried about my appearance and everything, because we will probably be undead for this playthrough anyhow. Bell tolls. Unkindled will rise. So, from what I can gather so far, I'm just going to assume that the listeners kind of know the lore of Dark Souls 1. If you don't, look at Vadi's channel. I'll try to leave it in the description if I post this on YouTube. And you kind of get a general consensus of what the lore is. So, we're unkindled. The Lords of Cinder have abandoned their thrones, and we're trying to either convince them to come back or just kill them and steal their ash to kindle the fire so that it will last longer. That's kind of what I see. So we're kind of a last-ditch effort to try to kindle the flame. I haven't played this game in a bit, so I'm going to be possibly a little bit rusty. Not always going to know where I'm going. I don't know where all the secrets are, all the NPCs are, and stuff like that, but I'll do my best to try to get everything. Alright, so Ashen Estus. I should actually read the description of everything that I have so far. So, paired scimitars, but fare poorly against metal armor and tough scale-covered hides. I think that's going to be important from a gameplay standpoint. Ability to take when in the proper stance. Okay, so not much lore there. Okay. By certain cell swords. Okay. So not much lore there. Able to endure the hardships of battle. Is light. Okay, so still not much lore. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, so I'm assuming that all of these have the same lore, more or less. Yeah, durable, enough, easy. Okay. So basically, my background of this character is I used to be a sellsword, and now I'm kind of raised from the dead, I guess, to try to get the Lords of Cinder back on their thrones, one way or the other. The undead treasure, these dull green flasks. Drink to restore HP. Fill with Estus at bonfires. See, I wonder what the like, where does Estus actually come from? The journey of an undead has always traced bonfires, and no journey of a court has been made without an Estus flask. Okay. These dull ashen flasks. Kindled. So these turns a bonfire's heat cold. So these are special for unkindled, which is why we haven't had them in the other game, because we have always just been undead and not ashen. Does that kind of make sense? Let me think. Of an unkindled. Yeah, so that would kind of make sense. We're not just undead this time, which is just like all the other games, we are actually unkindled. The Dark Sign, which the unkindled just means that we are in charge of bringing the Lords of Cinder to their thrones. The Dark Sign is the sign of an accursed undead. The Dark Sign returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, or the bonfire at Firelink Shrine. Yeah, we know all that already. Carriers of the Dark Sign are reborn after death, and eventually lose their minds, turning hollow, and so it is that they are driven from their homelands. Okay, so that's pretty much what we knew already from Dark Souls 1. Used to acquire souls. Yeah, so we know that. Black Separation Crystal. A charm of farewell granted to banished undead. The crystal sends phantoms back to their homes, or you back to yours. Beware of fickle use of this item if you intend to nurture relations. Okay, so that's a PvP item. I've actually never read the description on this at all. Way of White. Online play item. Restore the connection to other worlds. Those who engage in unjust deeds when in contact with other worlds will lose their connection to them. Way of White. Circlets assume such sin as their own, but are found few and far between. Acting without honor will never be without risk. Soul of Deserted Corpse. So this is my starting item, and I could basically just use it as to get more souls, or I could just hold on to it. But I think I just might hold on to it the entire game, because using the soul of my beloved or whoever was lying with me to gain souls would just be mean and inhuman. So we'll hold on to that probably throughout the end of the game, unless I change my mind. Goodness. Thanks. Good, so I do have a parrying shield, which is going to be really nice. Oops. Debating on whether or not I should kill this now. I think I'll be okay. So let's do this. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we'll take care of that. We'll do that later. This is what I've decided. So we'll come back for that guy, because it's going to take forever. I only still am doing like 37 damage. I'm also going to make a death count. So that's death in 1. Just for fun. My sprint attack actually doesn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Again, felt that. Now look at this. I have to look at this every time. Sorry, guys. Man. Now, what is that? Just trying to get my bearings here. I haven't played this in a couple of weeks. So, up here... I forget what this is. Oh, that's Lothric Castle, right? There's this guy over there making noise. I think that's Lothric Castle over there. That makes sense. And we'll be... that's kind of an end game area. So we'll be exploring that toward the end of the game, probably. Now this is where it gets interesting. So that is the new Firelink Shrine, but this is old Firelink Shrine. That's the tree, and well, I'll kind of explore it when I go into it. But those who didn't play Dark Souls 1, there was a tree in the Firelink Shrine, and basically it just went all the way down, and you can pretty much, like, there'll be times when you went through levels and you can actually see some of the roots that were there. Very, very cool that they added that. So yeah, that's new Firelink Shrine, that's old Firelink Shrine down there. And that's where we'll be fighting the first boss. I can never land the jump. Okay. Fading soul. Give me 1 sec here. I'm just gonna take care of something real quick. Okay. Bam! There we go. So I got my first Titanite shard. Where would that be? We're reinforcing weapons to +3. Fragments of the legendary slabs. Titanite is etched into weapons to reinforce. So not much lore there. Now let's go. But no such luck. And I didn't explore down there. Alright, first firebomb. Check that out. Black powder explodes. Fire damage which differs from physical damage is highly effective against creatures of flesh, beasts, and other foes that might naturally have cause to fear the flame. So that kind of makes sense, because undead, we know from Dark Souls 1, or it can be speculated from Dark Souls 1 that well, the undead kind of live in the dark. That's where they thrive. So the fire would be something that they might fear. So we have kind of a lore explanation of why fire damage is so effective against people who are undead. Let's do this. See how this goes. Not good so far. Let's take a look here. What did I just get? Wield Sword. Thrust and Shrine Bindfire. Activate Bonfire War. Cannot be equipped as a weapon. This sword is only bequeathed to chosen undead, as judged by the Ludex who await the arrival of Ash. So, do I have his soul? So I want to read that real quick. I don't think I do. Interesting. So basically, Whoa, sketch. Easy, easy. So, the purpose of that guy was to kind of test the Unkindled so that, if they beat him, then they would be kind of chosen to bring the lords back to their thrones. What did I just pick up? I was talking. Not talking blade at the same time. The broken blade, a weapon with no exceptional qualities. Only a mad hollow would choose to fight with this. But that's kind of cool because that was our starting weapon from the first game. Only while in stance, use normal attacks to break foe's guard from below, and strong attacks to slash upwards with a foaming lunge. Neither move will appear very impressive with broken sword. Yes. Not a big fan of these weapons. I didn't use them in my other playthroughs. Go. Let's. Oh, okay. I can just go down this way. Homeward bow. One of my favorite favorite items. Bone fragment reduced to white ash. Return to last bonfire. Blah blah blah. Bonfires are sustained by bones of the undead. In rare cases, their previous owner's strong urge to seek bonfires enhance their bones with a homeward instinct. That's cool. I've already learned so much. Kind of makes sense. Where did I put my shield away? Oh, snap. These dogs are the worst. Nice, got an ember. So these are like the humanities from Dark Souls 1. No unkindled can ever truly claim the embers that burn within a champion's bosom, which is precisely what makes their yearning for warmth so keen. Gain the strength of flame and increase max HP until death. With the strength of fire, the summoning signs of Unkindled become visible, and seekers of embers can be summoned to join in cooperation. But beware, the embers may also attract invaders. Cool. It's basically the same as humanity, except we, as Unkindled, kind of yearn for warmth. I don't want to go up there just yet. Are you ready?
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We Unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends, with the metal to link the fire. Not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think? What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their mouldering thrones. We're talking true legend.
Alright. So, him, he's just like me in that he rose up, beat Gundyr, or however you say his name, went here, found out that he's in charge of, well, he has the same job as us, but I mean, he's really depressed because, like, these are crazy, crazy, crazy guys that we're supposed to hunt down and possibly even kill if they're not willing to come back. So, pretty daunting task.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I'm a firekeeper. I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side. Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels. Ashen One, to sovereign. I will Ashen.
Okay.
Very well.
Am I able to level up at all?
Then take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Okay, so I want to probably up my luck, because I want some more. Whoa, great luck. Just because I want some, I want to be able to get some drops from enemies.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Thank you.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont, no? Ashen One, if my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death? Knowest thou of that soppy gossip? That cordial intrusion layeth the path to embers. And so thou art in need of a soapstone, Ashen One. Then thy pockets will overflow with souls to trade to me. Ashen One, bring with, is it not?
Alright, so she wants me to have white soapstones so that I can kind of participate in co-op. So I can give her more stuff, I can give her more souls. Oh man, she seems like... She seems so incredibly... sketchy to me. Like, I don't know what her deal is. She's the only one we can get Umbral Ash to. And on top of that, she's here later, when everything goes dark, which is interesting, to say the least.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose. Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large, but when overused, they'll eventually break. When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity. Use a powder, or simply rest at a bonfire. But should chance impel them break, bring them me. I'll hammer them back into shape. They take no pleasure in breaking, I assure ye. So handle them with care, if you would. There are 2 ways to smith weapons. Simple reinforcement is one, and infusion the other. Reinforcement is straightforward. It strengthens a weapon without altering its property. Infusion is a more advanced form of smithing that infuses an element. Reinforcement requires titanite, and infusion requires gems. Bring the stones, and I'll do the smithing. It's my purpose, after all. In battle, your weapons are your only friends. Forge them well, and they won't let you down. Another matter. Infusing weapons with gems requires a special kind of coal. My humble coals won't be any use infusing more unusual gems. I know, it's an awful shame, but it's all I have. Oh, please don't give me that look. Believe it or not, I'm quite thin-skinned. Oh, by the by, if you find any Estus shards, bring them here. They can be used to reinforce either of your Estus flasks. Without those flasks, you'd want for life or focus. And they'll always stay with you. Why not treat them well? Huh? Weapons and protection is still, but when they're,
Okay.
So
he basically just tells you the mechanics of the game more or less.
pretty big.
I don't want to do anything just yet with him. And I think that's all the NPCs I have at the moment. Not sure about her. Oh, I forgot. This dude up here.
O thou unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludleth of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred corpse. This sad cadaver, no need to be coy. Have a closer look.
So he is the only one out of 5, right? 3, well, 6. Nope, 5. I'm crazy. He's the only one out of 5 lords who have actually taken it upon himself to come back.
Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast-fading flame must be licked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus. Knowest thou of our 5 of Aerie, so I may...
So basically, because like of what he just said, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Whereas the other people have left for different reasons.
Do not.
Which we will find out as we go, I'm sure. Alright. Mine is like, while we're here, yeah, let's go back over here and then take out, kind of explore this a little bit more. Why not? Got an ember. Another homeward bone. I think yeah, I was there already. Okay, so that's it down there. Then we gotta attempt to beat this guy that's over here. Now I want to know who this guy is, because he doesn't appear to be hollow. He's sane. I cannot parry for the life of me. Is he hollow? No, he's not, is he? Doesn't look like it. He is pretty skinny, but I'm pretty skinny. And he doesn't look hollow to me. But we'll find out. These are kind of annoying. These are only loading screens in the game. Those things there. But I guess that's just the way it is. Oh shit. That's too bad. Alright. I'm gonna end this episode here. In the next episode, let's try to take this guy down. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, all that. I'm Tim. I'll be back next time. Or, if you're watching me live, which none of you are at the moment, which is fine, we'll just keep going.